I'm a big tea drinker and I really prefer iced tea to hot tea, but I will drink some hot tea in the winter. I try to grow or wild forage all of my tea ingredients except for green tea. That's something that I can't obviously grow here in Rhode Island. And hibiscus flowers, not something I usually grow. But everything else, pretty much, I wild forage or I grow in my garden, dehydrate myself, and then I have tea for myself and my family all year long. I have a huge wall of tea jars. You've probably seen it along the back wall in my kitchen, and I'll insert a little bit of footage right there just so you can see what it looks like. But I keep tea handy all the time. I use it all the time, all day long. So in the summer, or really springtime, once the herbs are up enough, my perennial herbs, I start drying, dehydrating, by dehydration, my herbs. Right, we have a sun porch just that way. My dehydrator sits up there, and I have a big Samsung Silent is what it's called. It's a big 10 tray dehydrator. It works brilliantly and has a lot of temperature variations. I do the lowest temperature, 95 degrees for herbs. Let it go for, I don't know, 12 hours. Depends on how moist it is outside, maybe 24 sometimes. And then I have a huge amount of herbs, always ready for tea. So today, this morning, I picked my favorite. This is my favorite. This is orange mint. Oh my God, it smells so good. If you let it get really hot in the sun and get the moisture dehydrated out of it before you pick it, it smells and tastes like gasoline. So that's not a good thing. I have to pick it first thing in the morning, especially after it rains. It's more of an orange mint flavor. You don't get that really sharp undertone that's not really palatable. So that's what I'm doing today. I am literally sitting here in the cool. I have the fan blowing on me, the door's open. It's about 85 in the sunroom right now. So I'm gonna sit here and pick up all these leaves and put them in the dehydrator, and I'll have tea for months. I probably will do this 2 or 3 times with the orange mint since it's my favorite. I also grow apple mint, and that's really delicious too. If you like mint tea, try apple mint. It's very mild and sweet. It doesn't even need any honey in the tea. It's mild and just so delicious and so refreshing. The other one I really love is holy basil or Tulsi basil. I usually grow that in my garden. It's an annual, not a perennial, so I have to plant it every year, but I usually plant 5 seed packets of it just to have enough. I like to mix it with either lemon balm that I've dehydrated, or with strawberry tops. So when I get strawberries off of my strawberry plants, I have a couple of green stalks dedicated just to strawberry plants outside. I'll stick a picture of them there so you'll be able to see them. But when I bring the strawberries in and I cut off the tops, I dehydrate those because they're so good in tea. You get the benefit of the strawberry leaves, and then you get the flavor and the light pink color from the strawberry fruit. I always make sure there's a little fruit left on them when I dehydrate them, and that is so delicious too. And if you look down in my playlist, I think it's on YouTube. It might just be on TikTok, but I'll take a look. I'll try to put the link for that down below for the TikTok one. There's actually a recipe on there, how to make strawberry, hibiscus, lemon tea. That is so good. Every time somebody makes it, I get a rave review on how delicious they find it too. It's the perfect summertime tea. You can drink it warm for sure, but it is definitely the bomb when you drink it cold. So I am going to get back to taking the leaves off of these. Now the stems do have good flavor, but they're tough, and they don't dehydrate at the same rate as the leaves. So if you are dehydrating this without a dehydrator, just grab some stems, put an elastic around it, and hang it and let them dry. And then you can just crumble the leaves off of that. Once it's dry, you just take it and, crumble the leaves off. Or you can actually just keep it like this, chop it up, and then let it dry. Make sure it's thoroughly dry, put it in the jar. You can use the stems in your tea as well, but like I said, they don't dry at the same rate, so you want to make sure they're really dry. If you're looking for some information about dehydrating and you don't have a dehydrator, or even if you do and you're just starting out, I have a book on Barnes & Nobles. It's just a little ebook for Nook, I believe. It's like $4.99. It's inexpensive, but it goes over how to dehydrate greens. It specifically says greens, but really herbs count for that too. And there's all kinds of different ways to dehydrate. You don't have to have a machine. You don't even have to have, you don't have to have a sunroom. You can dehydrate in the back of your car if you want to. But I talk about all that stuff in that ebook. You can check that out if you want. I'll try to put a link here for that as well. But you can always ask me, or just do some sleuthing on YouTube. You'll find lots of great YouTube videos on dehydrating herbs. Basically, you just want to dehydrate them very low. You can do it right on your countertop. I wouldn't recommend doing it in a stove. Most people's ovens do not get low enough to dehydrate herbs in a way that's going to preserve their flavor at all. If you have a freeze dryer, you've got it all over the rest of us, and congratulations. If I could afford one, I would buy one, but it's not in my budget. Freeze dryers are so expensive. They're amazing, wonderful food preservation tools, and if you have a big family, or if you've just got I don't know, I think they're around a little under $3,000, $2,500 to throw at buying one, then you should, really. If you are a person that preserves your food, you really should. But consider a freeze dryer if you can afford that. But most of us out here are just trying to live our lives, and little micro homesteaders like me, really, I guess I'd have the room for it, but I don't want to put the money towards that. If I was going to spend that money on something, I'd just as soon put it to another loom. I have some really beautiful looms. I love to weave. So that's kind of my priority, but it might not be yours. Yours might be using a freeze dryer, so you can check that out. I don't have a link for that because, again, I don't use one currently. I do hope to someday, but at this point, I don't. The Handmade Homestead can be found on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and we look forward to seeing you there. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps so much, and we appreciate your time.